That spring water spot is a very busy spot with the locals around here. A lot of people go there every day to fill jugs. They've been doing so for a very, very, very long time, from what I understand. And Mr. Shirk is nice enough and kind enough to have, made that beautiful spot around it so that makes it easier to get in and get your water. So I thank Mr. Shirk, Peter Shirk. Thank you, kind sir. You're a good man, kind man. To share your Spring Mountain spring water with the public for free. Tomatoes, those people got lots of tomatoes. Lots of tomatoes for sale. Tomatoes, red tomatoes. Stop sign. Go back down to 897. Oh, no, I don't have time now to go. All my parts have been delivered. I gotta go get them in the morning, tomorrow morning. My ECM is delivered. My brand new throttle body with the sensor already on it is in. The gasket for the throttle body and my accelerator pedal module. We're gonna replace all those things Saturday. And I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed that the intermittent issues that I have periodically, we're gonna hope that all that goes away. We're also gonna keep our fingers crossed that the ECM is plug and play and does not require a garage with a scanner and computer that's capable of doing stuff with an ECM, because the website where I ordered the ECM was only $255. They don't want my core. They didn't charge me a core. They don't want me to send my old one back. And it's completely, flashed, reprogrammed to my VIN number, blah, 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 blah. And since I do not have PATs, I don't have chip keys, it should be plug and play. But But when I ordered it, I got an email the next day stating that my VIN number, per my VIN number, that I have security within the van. Now I know when I cycle the key, there's a little red security lock that lights up and then goes off, which I'm assuming that light's in the cluster, because if the vehicle was to have this security PAT system, then it would, whatever. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that it's a plug and play and that the van will start when I put it in, and that I don't need to get it to a garage, because I'd have to remove the new one, put my old one in, payday to be able to go to the garage, find a garage that has the computer that's not going to rape my wallet, because I already stopped and asked one garage and explained to them, that I'm buying a new ECM, or buying the new flat reprogrammed ECM, and told them that it's supposed to be plug and play because I do not have PATs, I don't have chip keys, and all that, and then explained to them that the email that I'd gotten from the company claiming that I have security and would need to have the keys, we would have to be relearned to the keys, and I don't have PATs. So I explained to the guy that I've seen videos from mechanics that they just have to plug up their computer and go into it and bypass the PATs, basically saying no, there's no PATs. And the garage I went to, when I explained this to the young guy, and the old man was right there too, but it seems like it must be more the young kid's business than the old man's anymore. And the young guy's like, I never heard of that. And I said, well, so what would you charge me to do that? And he's like, well, I need you to leave the van with me for a day and a half. And I'm like, and I'd already told him I live in my van. This is my home. And you want me to leave my van with you for a day and a half to do something that I watched a guy on a video do that took no more than 30 minutes. So I won't be going to that garage. And that's Martin's out on Susie Street in Lebanon, up by the Comcast building. I will not be going there because you're not keeping my van for a day and a half and charging me a whole 8-hour or more labor at $106 an hour for something that takes 30 minutes. I'm sorry, I was bored. I wasn't born that long ago, but it wasn't yesterday. So I gotta keep my fingers crossed that the ECM is plug and play like it's supposed to be. Because when I emailed back the company, the lady about that, well, our personal email responses back and forth, at least on her end, completely stopped on a personal level when I called them out for the fact that their website states blah 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 blah. So when am I getting my ECM that's plug and play that I paid for? So and I wasn't nasty about it. I didn't use any vulgar typing language or anything. Really? Illegal passing, huh? That much of a hurry. It's 35. We're doing 45, you stupid ass. 35 mile an hour. We're doing 45, and that's not good enough for you. Stupid. See, people like that pisses me off. People like that, I don't want to say that I wish ill will on them, but I hope that karma does something to them sooner than later. But anywho, so where was I? Yeah, so we're gonna hope for plug and play ECM. Otherwise, I'll be putting the old one back in, and then it'll be that's if it works. I'm hoping that works. I mean, it should still work because it's programmed in my vehicle, so it should work. I unplugged it, pulled it out, got the numbers off of it, stuck it back in, and it still works with its intermittent issues like before. So if the new one doesn't work, I should be able to put the old one back in and wait till payday and then find a garage that's reasonable and all, hopefully. Looky, we're at the same red light. Huh? Oh, look at this, folks. We're at the same red light. KMD 8690. Douchebag. Yeah. So that's where we're at with that. But now, of course, you know, I'm going to replace the accelerator pedal. Because I had watched I found a few videos on YouTube from a mechanic. The guy they do, I think it was Easy Auto Fix or something like that. It's the channel name or something. But they do a lot of videos where they list and tell you symptoms of certain, if a certain part is going bad, like the top 5 symptoms of something that's, going wrong, wearing out. And of course my symptoms, the intermittent symptoms that happen, they are occasional, but a lot of my symptoms fell under the accelerator pedal module. Since this is a drive-by wire instead of drive-by cable, I really don't understand what was so wrong with the good old days of just having a throttle cable that went from the pedal up to the throttle body. Really? What was wrong with that? Other than the fact, I guess, yes, to get better fuel economy, I got blah, blah, blah. This whole electronics crap was all supposedly based on that. EPA regulations and fuel mileage and, personally, I think they just made it, when you go high tech and you go something that's all more computer driven, well, then you're just making it more expensive for parts, or making it that you could shut people down because, an old vehicle that has a distributor and points and no ECM, that vehicle cannot be affected by any kind of EMP or any other such. I mean, the fact that my ECM, when hooked up to the computer in a garage, they can download stuff from Ford, and it'll upload information to Ford about this van. And, my guess would be on the newer stuff, they could probably actually wirelessly shut down a vehicle, really, if they wanted to, with some kind of electronic device that would just, whatever. Maybe they don't have that technology out there yet, but, I think it's coming. That's why they want everybody to go to electric vehicles. That way, well, if your vehicle only has a certain, you can't go as far on an electric car as you can on a gas car before you need to get gas. Most of the electric vehicles, at least, the Ford Raptor electric pickup truck. I saw a test done on that compared to a GMC pickup, equivalent size, engine, everything, and pulling identical camper trailers, brand new campers. And the Raptor pickup only went 89 miles, and it was down to 9% and needed charged. 89 miles. So what kind of weirdo out there in this world thinks, I'm going to get an electric truck to save the environment. Well, you're not really saving the environment because the batteries that are in those vehicles, well, they're raping Mother Earth around the world. And there's like one place somewhere foreign in another country with this giant gaping hole in the ground with child labor, where child labor laws are not, a thing. And you have little children being used to mine this mineral that's used for those batteries. So are you really saving the environment and the earth? No. You're killing little kids by them being worked to death for pennies per day, so to say. And when those batteries are up, that's it. There's probably not going to be any kind of, if it's like just like the big rotor blades for the windmills, let's generate electricity off of wind. Great idea. Problem is, they couldn't make they couldn't make the blades recyclable. No, those blades are not recyclable. Those blades get thrown in a landfill and buried and never decompose. Ever. Whereas metal will rust, break down, and become iron oxide again. Going back to where it came, iron oxide in the ground in Mother Earth. So, a lot of this, the things that people come up with trying to push for this environmental stuff, there's only so far you can go before it's not feasible, it's not helping anything, and in this case, it's not helping anything. But hey, so for me, I'm happy with my gas vehicle. I am, yes, very much so. And I think got a few little bit before work here, so man, I'm tired. I slept pretty good, I think, last night, just not long enough probably. But it got a little warm, so then I had stuff to do today. I had to do some yard work for a lady that I help out handyman work since her husband passed. And thinking, yeah, did that. Then I had to get my spring water, fill the jugs, because I used all that last weekend. So now my jug, I got 14, almost 14 gallons, probably about 13 gallons of fresh mountain spring water in the van. And I will go get something to eat here. Got stuff in the fridge I can just, got some leftovers I can eat the other day. So, yeah. So it's just a little bit of snippet of my day here before going to work. And now, of course, like I said, so now Saturday will be spent working on the van, fighting to get the throttle body's going to be fun because from the front I really can't reach it all, so I'm going to have to move everything out here in the middle of the van here by the dog box. All of this stuff. That's all got to get moved out into the back, into the van, so I can remove the dog box cover. And access the throttle body from the backside here, but yet at the same time it still isn't that easy to, it's not easy to get to it because I only have a little bit of room right here to park my backside, and guaranteed it's not going to be in a comfortable manner for sure. I can guarantee that. Which means I'll have to do a lot of stopping and getting up and stretching so I don't get cramped up and mess up my back any more than it already is all the time. So that'll be my Saturday. My Saturday is going to be loaded full of working on the van. Yay! All I know is those parts better frickin' fix my issues. I'm pretty sure it will. I mean, I know walnut tree. I know for a fact that, well, the ECM will definitely fix. The ECM will definitely fix my. It'll fix my running rich problem because that's all controlled by the ECM. Like I said, those videos that I found from that thing on YouTube where, you know, the top 5 symptoms of different parts going, when they're going bad. I'm hoping that, and I'm sure my start stall is either the ECM, or the throttle body, or the throttle position sensor. But on my throttle body, when you look up a throttle body for a 2008 Ford E250, you get a whole bunch of them, different part numbers. And for this one, the picture to match what's on it, well, actually, I have, oh, it's down there on the floor, damn it, can't reach it. The throttle body for this van, where the wire plugs into for the motor to operate the air flap, and inside that whole black plastic cover that's bolted to the side of the throttle body, that has the actuator for to work the throttle body, but it also has the throttle position sensor built into that entire side to that unit. Whereas some of the other ones for other 2008 Ford E250s have the actuator for the motor on one side and it plugs in, and then on the opposite side of the throttle body, because you'd have, that's the motor actuator thing that's bolted on, then the throttle body in the middle, the air hose coming in from the air filter right here, and then on this side of the throttle body, beep, there's your throttle position sensor. So I had to make sure I got the right one, and I gotta give props to, I'm not even getting paid for this, but I'm gonna do it anyway, because when I find a place that I'm happy with service, I like to share it with all yous out there. So if you need parts, check out partsgeek.com. partsgeek.com. They're here in Pennsylvania somewhere, from what their website says, but they ship their stuff out from a lot of different warehouses around the country. I placed my order just the other night, and the stuff's delivered already today. It just got delivered a little bit ago, per the tracking. Now their website says that it could take anywhere from like 3 to 7 business days, and they got my stuff out. It shipped out of Georgia, the warehouse in Georgia. All 3 of my parts, the accelerator pedal module, throttle body, and throttle body gasket for it, all came out of Georgia, and it left. What's today? It left Tuesday night, I think it was. Yeah, left Tuesday night, and it's delivered already today by UPS. So kudos to partsgeek.com and kudos to UPS. You know, it's funny. When I first started parking here at this spot, at the quarry, there was never hardly anybody here. And now all of a sudden, what, you didn't like that spot? I seriously swear, I think there's a lot of shady people coming here trying to park to do some shady shit. Because now that a minivan pulled in, minivan went to park, and now minivan pulled right out and took off. So I think a lot of people come here to do some shady stuff. I'm not sure. But yeah, so if you need parts, partsgeek.com. I highly recommend them. Their prices are way better. Their prices are way better than like, I mean, I've looked up plenty of parts through AutoZone. I've looked up the parts on Amazon. I looked up the parts. I have a used throttle body that I got on eBay for $65. And I went with that because I thought, oh yeah. Well, I got it, and after work one night, I sandblasted the whole thing real clean because it was used, so it was dirty. It looked used. It looked worse than what I think the one on this actually looked like when I did a quick throttle body spray cleaner in there. But mine looked different because it runs rich, and this other one looked like it was probably not running rich at all, or if anything, maybe a little lean. But sandblasted the whole thing, but the part of the plug had a crack in it, and they had it marked with the same red paint marker that they wrote the year that it came off of, and it was a 2011 E250, but it's the exact same one, and it will fit this. But when I went to sandblast it, I noticed it had a crack in it, and it was marked with the same red paint marker, so they knew about it, but yet they didn't have it listed on the eBay ad. And I thought, well, why would I put something that's broke? So I went on the partsgeek.com, and for, what was it, $144, brand new throttle body for this man. Where AutoZone wanted upwards, depending on which company manufacturer it was, they wanted anywhere from $156 to like almost over $300 for a throttle body. So definitely, and then here, like I said, it's brand. I'm getting a brand new throttle body, not reman. It's brand new. So that in itself makes them worthwhile to deal with, because the prices, like I said, everything's cheaper than, and some of that, and they got some of the same. I'm not sure if they have some of the same manufacturers. It's just they're not jacking up, they're not marking it up to make a bigger profit like some of these companies. But so yeah, but it'll be a fun treat taking my entire Saturday into Sunday to do all this stuff, especially, like I said, the throttle body, only because of me trying to have to contort to get in there to do it is what's going to make it a bit of a pain for me. But I gotta do it because I gotta try to get this thing to where it stops having its intermittent start stall and the limp mode, and the running rich, because blowing all that extra fuel through is causing, I think that's actually part of my oil consumption, because it smokes every now and then. But I started using that Rizlone stop smoke, and that's helped. It doesn't really smoke. It doesn't smoke when I keep putting that in every so often. And before it started really running rich, it didn't smoke at all, and it barely used any oil. So my oil consumption has gone up, but yet I'm not leaking it because I'm not leaving spots anywhere when I park. So yeah, all this stuff, hopefully the new ECU, all these parts together will be the issue solver for everything. But we will see. Time will tell. I was supposed to have plans Saturday, but gonna have to, priorities. My van home is my priority. Going and having fun, that comes second. So the fun will have to wait for another time. And yet it's okay, because if people if people don't understand that, oh well, is what it is, right? So I'm gonna let y'all go so I can go grab me a quick bite here and then get to work. So remember, fight for love, not hate. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others, and the best you can anyway. And just remember, less drama, less troubles. Everybody just needs to be at peace with themselves first and foremost. And then when you're at peace with yourself, you can be at peace with others. So love yourself, be at peace with yourself. If you're not there yet, work on it, figure it out, get there. I'm still working on it. But I'm finding that, remember, one thing I've learned is you have to, if you're going to surround yourself with other people, their energy has to be good for you. And what I'm learning here as of lately, that a lot of people's energies in everyday life, and when it comes to work, friends, everybody, all the way across the board, there's so many different times that you interact with people, and a lot of those people that you interact with, if their energy and their vibes are not having a positive effect on you, if it's having a negative effect, then that's not good energy to have around. And I've had plenty of people in the last 2-3 years plenty of people come and go in my life because their energy, I didn't realize it then, but I realized it now. They come and go because their energy is not good for me. And there's people that are still in my life periodically or whatever that I'm not feeling like their energy is good for me. It's weird because, I don't mind. I love being alone. I don't mind I love me time. Oh, me time is something I need. And I don't get enough of it. Because it's always, I'm still not getting me time. Because there's always something going on. Something needs to be done. And I like helping people. So I like trying to be there for people, to help people, in any way I can, or the ways that I can. But I'm realizing that I'm still, it's like this, and I need to get more me time because I'm not getting enough of it. I mean, I like hanging out with people and I like spending time with people. I do enjoy that very much. But I have no problem being alone for extended periods of time. And I can feel it calling me that I need to just go and be and have time alone and go find spots to chill. I gotta get out of this area. And I gotta find places to chill, but I need to be alone to do it because I need that alone time to woosah and heal and, find myself. I'm still working on finding myself. I'm learning about me every day, but yet there's things there's that me time, that alone time that I need. And I seriously need that. I get that from my mother. So, just so busy all the time. Got an overlanding festival thing I'm going to. Why did I even buy that? I should have never paid for that. But that's all right, because that's a couple days away, but, to kind of get away, but yet I won't be alone. I'll be amongst a shit ton of overlanders, which, I wanted to do it because, one, I live in my home, and I'm kind of an overlander, but yet I'm more of a full-time van life. But I figured, to integrate the two, but to also get some ideas off of overlanding rigs, get ideas for stuff I can do in the van or on the outside of the van to make van life better when I get to where I take off and I'm traveling and spreading Pop's ashes and finding myself and start my new adventure, start my solo adventure across this country and around the country. But so here soon though, I'm gonna have to stop making plans, stop trying to be, I can't be there for everybody else all the time. I need to be there for me. And hopefully people understand that. If they don't, well, don't know what to tell them. But I need me time. I'm responsible for me. I'm not responsible for anybody else. Man, I was. My daughter's 21 now. You know, she's a grown-up, an adult. Other than that, I'm not responsible for anybody else. Everybody else is responsible. Remember that. Everyone is responsible for themselves. It's nobody else's responsibility to take care of you or, you know, provide for you or all this stuff, you know. That's... Everybody has to be able to take care of themselves. That's first and foremost. So, yep, I don't know. Like I said, I love spending time with people. I love hanging out with people. I like having friends as much as the next person. But I definitely need a whole lot of me alone time real soon, where I feel like I'm gonna have a breakdown. But okay, so enough of me rambling. Remember, like I said, fight for love, not hate. And catch you all in the next one. Peace.